Hello, friends. I hope that you are well. Nice to see you. Um, so today's video is going to be about wheelchair access and mobility issues when it comes to Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM. It's quite a mouthful. I'm just going to call it Hagrid's. So before we went on our vacation, this was one that my whole family was excited for. Okay. This was kind of, I didn't know if the ride would be able to live up to our excitement level. That being said, the ride itself is awesome. It's wonderful. It's lovely. The experience with again, this is a personal experience. I'm sure it does change from like group of team members that are running the ride. Um, but I do feel like it's important that we give an accurate just take on our experience. So I will go through by saying we were there during a very busy time, and lines are long. And Hagrid's, even though we had Express Pass because of where we were staying, does not use Express Pass. They do have single riders, but when it comes to mobility issues, I don't know how that is handled because we did not use single rider line. I will tell you that this is a ride that you do have to transfer from your electric scooter or wheelchair to a push chair. They have the push chairs right there at the beginning of the line or at the end of the line, not the beginning. That wouldn't be helpful. And you push all the way through the queue. It is a very, very, that's three varies, long queue. So be ready for that. The queue also is bumpy, which I know I just need to tell you if you're pushing so you're aware. And it is very uneven, I'm going to say, and a lot of ups and downs, a lot of various, like feeling like you're walking up a ramp, feeling like you're going down. And for people that are just walking alongside that don't have a chair may not even notice that when you get inside. I'd say the most difficult for me, the most difficult part of pushing the chair was it was very windy and you had a lot of tight turns, so you have to be mindful because again we were there very busy, that you're not going to hit anyone or the person. I mean, like, anyone that's been pushing a chair for a while shouldn't have too much issue going through the windiness of it and the curviness. It was a bit tricky, but for me, it was disconcerting how steep at times. We had to put the brakes on a lot just to stand still. Otherwise, my daughter would have gone like full bore into people just standing still because it's on such an incline. Um, there are moments like that at a couple other rides that at Disney, but we'll cover that in another day. But this one was very deceiving. The length of the line is very long if you're there on a busy day. I'm sure at a regular day where it's not like large crowds, you probably zip through. That was not our case. And again, the just I guess it would be called the gradient of the actual queue when you get inside the castle, or I'm gonna call it the Forbidden Castle or something. I don't know. um, Hagrid's crazy castle in the woods is is a little tricky. Past that, so now that I've gotten through the line experience, um, the actual getting up and getting put on the ride. So this ride, we had team members that assisted us. I don't know if they were supposed to. I don't know if they were just being kind. It's always nice to have more hands, especially when you're dealing with a moving belt. This is a moving belt ride, at least for loading on it was, and loading off it was. We we were in the room right before you load, where there's the slats above you, um, and they pull you out of line. They ask how many are in your party. You say the right number. I screwed up there. I said two because I was pushing her and I should have said four. So make sure if it's four people together, you say four. Because what will happen is if you say two, they take the two of you off and you go somewhere else. If you say four, all four of you get to go somewhere else. So just a heads up with that. Again, kind of common sense, but I screwed up. So they will load you a basically, I think they loaded us in the at the place where we got like the exit. So they take you off to the side and they load you before they load everyone else. And so they loaded us in. They helped her in, kind of took her hands and helped her in. You have to get out of the chair obviously before you get on that standing that moving conveyor craziness. Um so helped her in. I climbed up over her to sit in the on the motorcycle and she sat in the sidecar. So that's how I don't know if that's how it standardly is handled, but like getting her up onto the motorcycle on that day, that was just not going to happen. So the sidecar was where she went and I had to climb up over. So make sure who's ever going to ride with if your family member or person in the wheelchair um, would not be able to get up onto the motorcycle and they were going into the sidecar, make sure the person that's with them can kind of climb up and over and get in there. And then the team member helped her in the sidecar and we were off. When the ride was fine, the ride was wonderful, the ride was everything I thought it would be. And then when we got back, same kind of deal. They helped her. They helped us. And I'm thankful because I with the moving belt and everything, it's just to get yourself off, get them out, the logistics of it all can be quite tricky without making anyone feel rushed or embarrassed or uncomfortable. So they did a great job. I would just say their communication was kind of off. Again, I think it was just the people that were there. The worst thing about it is, again, the mad dash right before you get on. So just be ready for it and you'll be fine. The mad dash when you get off, which again, just be ready for it and you'll be fine. No one did videos like this for me, so I was not ready for it. And the parks don't do anything like this to kind of give you a heads up. So hopefully this helps someone. And again, the queue line, just be ready with the brakes. It's not ideal. If they could do something to make it, I wish they would talk to people that use wheelchairs in parks to make things a little more conducive, either when they're building it or when they set up the queues somehow. I mean, they have ropes up. They could do a couple things to make lines a little wider, what have you. But that being said, awesome ride. Definitely worth the inconveniences of the queue. It's all about just being aware. And I was not. Some of it was my own fault. Some of it is there just wasn't information out there specific to the rides. So hopefully this is helpful. And if you are going to Universal in the near future, I definitely recommend this ride. Like I said, it's worth the wait. Okay, have a great day. Bye.